Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jake Tapper. Welcome to The Lead. Breaking news in our national lead. Just moments ago, New Jersey Governor Christie gave what's called a conditional veto to a medical marijuana program for sick children that could be seen as a good thing for supporters of the bill, at least as far as the governor sees it. He says he is sending the bill back and asking for 2 changes, and then he says he'll sign it. 1 change, instead of edible forms of marijuana available for everyone, he wants it available only for minors. And 2, though adults using medical marijuana only need the sign-off from 1 physician registered with the state for the program, he wants children to receive approval from both a pediatrician and a psychiatrist in order to be able to get medical marijuana. And only one of them needs to be registered with the state. Now, all this comes just 2 days after a father named Brian Wilson publicly confronted Governor Christie and asked him, nay, begged him to sign the bill on behalf of Wilson's ailing 2-year-old daughter, Vivian.
Just wondering if I could have a half a minute. We've been trying to get in touch with you. We can't get through to you. I was wondering what the holdup is. It's been like 2 months now.
Sir, because these are these are complicated issues. I know. Listen, no, I know you think it's simple and it's not.
We've had
I know. Listen, I know you think it's simple and it's not. It's simple for you. It's not simple for me.
We've had our experts reach out to you. Have you heard from our doctors?
I have read everything that's been put in front of me, and I'll have a decision by Friday. I wish for the best for you, your daughter, and your family, and I'm going to do what I think is best for the people of the state. All the people of the state.
Do you think it's best for the governor to come in between the doctors and their patients?
Sir,
is this a nanny state?
Yes, sir.
I'm just curious because
I'm elected to make these decisions. I'll make the decisions, and I'll make it in time for Friday.
And our elected representatives have spoken to us too and told you that what they want to do. Please don't let my daughter die, Governor. Thank you. Don't let my daughter die.
We spoke with that father, Brian Wilson, on The Lead yesterday, and now he joins us via Skype. Brian, what's your reaction to the governor's decision? He wants to make these 2 changes, and then he's willing to sign the bill. What do you think?
Well, it's not what we were expecting. We had a few ideas of what he would be doing. There was a general consensus on what he might do. Everyone expected a conditional veto, but this is kind of even lower than the worst case conditional veto that we thought. So while it is a small victory, he kind of put himself all over it and really just maintains the idea of making one of the worst medical marijuana programs in the country and one of the most unsafe medical marijuana programs in the country, and really loves to insert the government in between the parents and the doctors and really get in the way of letting them make the best decisions for themselves.
Let's talk.
So it's a small victory, but it's it's kind of ludicrous in a lot of ways.
Let's talk about what this means specifically for your daughter. You have already talked about, obviously, that you would want her to be taking some sort of oral form of medical marijuana, limiting it to children as opposed to having it available for everyone. That would not affect her. This would say 1 more person in addition to a registered pediatrician, which I imagine you have at least one of, having a psychiatrist as well, which is what I think he said the local New Jersey Association of the Academy of Pediatrics, or something along those lines, has recommended. Is that too onerous a task?
Well, the pediatrician and the psychiatrist are what already were existing. So initially, you have to have currently, before this law came through, you had to have the pediatrician, you had to have a psychiatrist, and you had to have a doctor on the medical marijuana registry, which is a whole different issue. But you had to have one of them issue you a card. The quest for children was always finding anybody on the registry who would see a minor. Normally, it wasn't someone who was even one of their doctors. It would be someone who they could find. We had to call about 20 different doctors or 25 different doctors to find someone who would even entertain the idea of seeing a minor. So this isn't, in most cases, this is not going to be the child's pediatrician. So then we had to talk to our pediatrician. Our initial pediatrician wanted nothing to do with it. We went back to our original pediatrician, who was sympathetic. She signed up and said, I've talked to you guys. But, when I talked to the lobbyists for the pediatrician group in New Jersey, they even agreed. They have no idea why the psychiatrist is on here. And the New Jersey Psychiatrists Association, from what I was told by the same lobbyist, wants nothing to do with this. The psychiatrist is just a roadblock. There's no rhyme or reason to have a psychiatrist be part of this decision. You're talking about sick kids who aren't even mentally necessarily even capable of talking. Vivian can't even talk. She has the card. She already got a psychiatrist because somebody did us a favor and had a psychiatrist write this for us. But the whole thing is just, it's a roadblock. To keep that in is just telling patients, parents who are suffering with these horrible diseases with children, I'm going to make it more difficult for you to get this treatment for your child. The edibles are great. You know, the other two, the strain lift, that's wonderful. We're really happy about the lifting of the strain. The edibles, we're happy for Vivian, but what about all the adults? Governor Christie is basically telling all the adults, you have no other option but to smoke marijuana in order to make this, in order to use it. You know, you cannot have access to it. It's not necessarily a safe thing to do. You know, let's have a safe program here.
Brian Wilson, we thank you. Good luck with your daughter, Vivian, and we will check in back with you as this story develops. Thank you so much, and obviously our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family and your daughter. We want to quickly remind you that CNN's chief medical correspondent, Dr. Sanjay Gupta's high-profile documentary, Weed, re-airs tonight at 10 p.m. You do not want to miss it.